expecting a pretty close match tonight.
Yeah, I think so. I think it should go 1-1, but it's hard to kind of see what the forms are going to be of these teams, not only due to, some inconsistency event to event, only one word, not having the event that they would have wanted at the recent Nationals, and Housebets shuffling around their roster quite substantially. So not exactly sure what we're going to get, but we are very familiar with a lot of these players. So we know the relative level that we're going to get, and we are going to get Drox and Viz in here for Housebets. So that's the lineup that they're rolling with. Do like the addition of Drox. He has been a good player in the tier 2 of Oceania for quite a while, so good to see him maybe get a step up onto a roster like this, and looks like they're just going to send it straight up cat.
I'm glad we've got Mummy in the server as well for only one word, so I'm sure they're going to pay very, very well. I don't know if that's Freeman or not. We're going to find out as we get underway with the pistol, and Mummy has actually got the first kill. Only one word. Will allow the bomb plant to go down, though. In saying that, they have got a numbers advantage, but not for very long. Viridian just gets swung by multiple Housebets members. They take some nice space on long. They take some space on short. It's a good recovery in the round here from Housebets from what was a 5v3. Now Banana will go himself with the dualies, and that's not going to work out. Apoc Dud gets an upgrade, which kind of leaves Oath and Terry pretty high and dry right here. I don't see a way back into this round for those two, and despite 2 kills to start it off for only one word, they're going to lose the pistol.
Housebets just staying active, completing that XVX after the post plant, getting in their face with the Glocks. I'm assuming Viz is Vision, so that might not be too bad of a little addition to this Housebets roster. Honestly, this roster's looking pretty solid, man. If this is the lineup they're going with, I'm color me interested. So some interesting looking changes. Scouts exchanging shots. Viridian taking, unfortunately, the brunt of that. Lucky to be alive to some extent as the progression smoke goes on to Long Heart. Apoc Dud almost picking up Oath, so only one word. Already battered and bruised early on in this round, and Housebets, despite chipping down a fair bit of damage on multiple players, are not in a rush. They recognize that they do have a pretty big weaponry advantage. Nice little smoke over onto the top of the double doors, and a molly down into lower dark, and nice spam through from PC to pick up Viridian there. Now a man advantage for Housebets as they further extend their control and emphasis across the map. Mid to B smoke, pop flash through double doors, completely blinds Damio, but no one there to really punish that unforced error.
Yeah, all good in the end. Oath really under pressure now. He doesn't have any HP, but he's done well to grab himself at least a kill. Guess you'll take that given the circumstances. Still, it will mean a 4-on-3. Mid-control there for Housebets. Obviously, we talked about Damio working his way out, but ends up losing his life. A nice shot there from Banana. Back into the 3v2. So either way, we're seeing some kills come through here for only one word, but Housebets doing a pretty good job of just keeping their noses in front in this round, and eventually that kind of hits critical mass. Now that it's a 3v1 with the bomb plant down, Terry did some good work here in middle, just keeping Vision occupied, but in the end will fall, and so 2-0 will be the scoreline. A pretty straightforward one in the end for Housebets, although it took a little bit of work.
Yeah, dropped a couple of guns, but nothing to be too concerned about. 5-7 going to be juggled over. Might be a bit of a bonus here for PC as he looks toward buying an AWP into the next round, perhaps. Only one word. A little bit of pistol investment from them. Molly blocking any attempts at moving into lower dark with the 5-7. It's a pretty centralized setup here for only one word. Looking to take fights through double doors and cat. But Housebets conditioning. I mean, a lot of teams expecting kind of long takes or takes through the middle of the map. I don't know where PC's off to, but he hasn't been punished for it.
Well, he's just got that 5-7, so I guess they're just sending him in as the info man. That's a nice triple from Drox, by the way. Good anti-eco from Housebets in the end. Gets them their third round, but also 5 guns alive in that one. Building the T-side bank up a little bit. And instantly, for only one word, the response is going to be an AWP out for Viridian.
Same for PC. As we saw him just being the money man on the 5-7, saving a bit of extra cash to get the AWP up nice and early on. Good start for Housebets early on this T side of Dust. PZ straight on the totem pole boost, spotted by multiple players. Don't think they're wanting to be contesting that too much. Viridian isn't on the ult towards double doors. Instead is setting up Oath to contest long. I'm assuming this is Freeman looking for picks in the middle of the map right now, but he might be overextending a little bit. Could have sworn that Apoctard would have punished that, but no one goes down in the middle of the map, at least early on. He's still sticking around, very confident that he can win this duel, and he's returned a dink over towards Apoctard. But Terry's gone down in the meanwhile, and once again, Housebets are very decisive after getting this first contact.
Apoctard gets himself one, but Mummy, aka Freeman, so I can confirm that is who that is going to get some nice trades. We do see Vision dropping out in the meanwhile. So it is actually a 2v2 for the moment. Maybe it was Vision that was having some difficulties earlier on in that round. Drox is going to go ahead and pick up control of Upper Dark as a result of that disconnection. It doesn't really look like only one word are going to be super keen on this retake. They are going to start to push their way forward. Maybe a late retake, but with no kit. It seems wishful thinking, and they allow cooler heads to prevail. So the round will go the way of Housebets, but we'll probably be having a little pause here after this one finishes off, just to get Vision back in the server.
Yeah, Housebets looking really clean on this T side so far. Loving everything we're seeing from them. Taking early contact and being very decisive about what they want to be doing in the mid to late round. There's no kind of dilly-dallying. They don't spend too long kind of working the map and, you know, slowly, painfully crawling, taking the map control, working their way up cat and things like that. They very much are just kind of taking opening early exchanges and then just kicking off the mid-round plan. A lot of the time seems to be towards this B site in the mid to late round. Another disconnect from Vision, so that'll stall us out a little longer as we head into a tech pause here. But only one word straight into another bite. You can see Freeman wanting to play with confidence. Was pretty much all on his lonesome towards Cat there in that last round, but really, really confident he can win those duels and take fights. Which is what we want to be seeing from him. He's a player that has played at a higher tier of competition than this in the past, so if as far as I'm concerned, if I'm watching Freeman playing ECL in Oceania, I want him to really kind of take on that alpha persona and try to take over the game a little bit.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I think that's fair enough, and that should pretty much be the expectation for him in a team like this, and honestly in a region like this as well. He's someone that has far more experience than the vast majority. Just having a look back at the years so far for only one word, he is their best performer. 1.29 rating. Terry's at 1.23. So those two, as has been the case on our discussions as well, seeming to lead the overall fragging output for the team. But I think, yeah, for me, with regard to Freeman, it's not even just necessarily about what he brings in the server. It's also what he brings to the team in terms of, leading the team and conferring some sort of experience and knowledge and whatnot. Also frees up Viridian to have a little bit more impact on the AWP. He had a very good start to the Defrag Invitational. I remember watching his first map or the first couple of maps. He was really putting in some work. So I don't know, maybe a positive change long term for only one word. We'll have to wait and see how it all plays out. But I don't dislike the project at all. That said, having a bit of a tough time at the moment against Housebets, who, to be fair, seem to be having a bit of a tough time themselves with the internet connection. So here we are again with another pause.
Yeah, I wonder if this is going to be their roster going forward, because I like it. I like the pickups. Kind of reminds me a little bit of when we got that Mind Freak team and you got like Forlex getting picked up and Super and some of those guys. It's like, these are players that I would pick. I mean, Vision has obviously been kicking around Semperfi a little bit, but I think Drox is kind of a low-key, a pretty smart pickup for a team like Housebets at this current point in time.
I mean, I guess we'll sort of see how it works out over the
that is
medium term. And
bloody
that's a nice
sharp.
shot Nice shot to start things off, just as you're giving him some plaudits in the server as well. He's going to, I suppose, vindicate you a little bit.
Terry, aggressive through lower dark, is going to more than even up the numbers. Takes two with him. He's out on an island here without really any support. There's not even anyone to really help him from cat or offer him some supportive utilities. So Damio will finally clear him out, but that's taken a fair bit of time and effort for the T's to even up the numbers now.
Yeah, but still enough time in this round to make something happen. Fair bit of util still kicking around. Damio in particular with a full belt. But Drox to smoke and a flash as well. It's going to allow you to do whatever it is that you deem necessary to take one of these sites, whether that end up being, you know, a mid to B or an A take or whatnot. Maybe just a default back over towards B here, regardless. You've got enough util here to sort of feel comfortable about things if you are Housebets. And one thing that sort of concerns me is Damio is the one that's sort of lurking his way into middle alone. He's going to pop flash out there. Hasn't drawn out a shot from Oath, and he does get himself up on the Xbox, but I think Oath might have spotted him. Oh, maybe he didn't. No way. That's disappointing for Oath. Maybe the flash hadn't quite properly faded. And PZ picks up a headshot onto Banana. Or rather, not a headshot, just a kill, really. Doesn't matter, though. Bomb side taken. Round pretty much over. And there you can see Housebets getting a lot done with a little.
For sure. Just seem to be doing so well in the XVXs in the mid to late round. Looking very clean. Worth mentioning that they have lost kind of like their long-time IGL, but we mentioned it in the pre-show a little bit when we were yapping away. Plenty of players with experience leading teams or even offering, you know, secondary calling. In the case of PZ, do know that he was involved in a lot of the calling structure of Vertex for a long time as well. He's a player that on this T side is, you know, used to playing sometimes a more supportive role and setting up his teammate with utility and things like that, as you often see modern day AWPers doing. Even going to take the last rifle out of Freeman's heads. So another lovely round for Housebets and another disconnect from Vision.
Well, that's unfortunate. I don't really have much more to say, to be honest with you. How does he last for a whole round and then just disappear again? What's happening? Must be some serious internet issues tonight for Vision.
I guess so. Just AU internet things. OCE internet. Looking at this team at ECL though, like, I think this is kind of a little bit more wide open, hey? Like, Talon are disqualified. Semperfire not in it. So this is yet another Pro League spot that is kind of wide open for someone to take. And a lot of these teams, we have seen them at Pro League in recent times, you know. Kind of uninspiring Pro League representation from most of them. But there is a decent shot that some of them could go back-to-back and give it another crack, which you wouldn't have expected given that there's probably a couple of teams lined up in front of them.
Ooh. Good shot from PZ. No, you're absolutely right. It's definitely a bit of a wonky season again. It sort of reminds me of that Asia season where we didn't have Rare Atom involved as well. Where it was a bit like, oh, well, it doesn't look like as strong of a field as what it probably should. So, opportunities on offer, definitely. That's a nice flash. Beautiful work from Damio and PZ as they combine for a double in mid, and then PZ will grab himself that kill onto Oath solo. This round just, yeah, it doesn't really look like it's too threatening at all for only one word. Banana with only the 8 HP should be a pretty easy cleanup here for Vision. Internet difficulties or no. Ends up being a 1-for-1 as Terry is there to pick the pace up. But bomb plan's going to go down for Housebets. It's a 1v3 for Terry. Bit too much to ask. I think we're going 6-0 here for Housebets.
Yeah. Seen a lot of pretty good effective flashes as well from Housebets so far, which is not surprising given a lot of these players have played in these various vertex cores that maybe a little more accurate with the flashes than some of the shots. At least as far as PC is concerned. Another flash up over the top, try to set him up for the duel. Damio will clean up the pieces, clean up the mess, so to speak. But yeah, I mean, Housebets, they're used to playing in these more kind of structured cores that use their utility a little bit better than a lot of the OS teams, bar maybe like a FlyQuest, Greyhound kind of core. And at times even a little bit better, like tactically, in very niche circumstances, I guess, just with not as strong firepower in the past. So I don't think it's that surprising we're seeing so many effective flashes. Back into another gun round and some lower dark aggression already spotted out. Just got Freeman sending it. That's exactly why. But Vision, I'm surprised he gets away with 2 there.
Sunwell kept the round in a winnable position for Housebets. Banana holding on to this smoke. Needs to be a little careful that he doesn't get his jiggle peek wrong, and it's okay in the end. Needs a fair chunk of damage from that grenade, so Housebet's doing a good job of sort of whittling away at only one word.
It's another one of these 3v3s. Housebets have been winning these situations time and time again. Minute and 10 on the clock. Mid to B smoke. Looking again like a B ending. Viridian's posted up on that short line. Oath's still not really rotating. It's just Banana out on an island right now.
It's a good kill. Doesn't necessarily need any more of that in the immediate moments. Just needs to hold on to that B bomb site. PZ missing his shot. Gave a chance over to Oath. But dangerous game being played there by Oath will not go wrong. And it looks like Vision's disconnected again. So,
Oh,
I don't know.
God.
I don't know what is the solution here, but this can't be how the rest of this match plays out. That's all I'm going to say. This cannot be. We cannot be going one round and then having another break every round. That's getting a bit silly. I don't know if they're allowed to have a substitute. I don't really know what the exact rule set is here for ESL Challenger League, but this feels a little bit unplayable, I would say.
Get on the 4G, big dog. Come on.
Yeah, Pilsky would do it.
I
Pilsky's
have
done
done
a
it.
broadcast from the 4G.
Dude, I used to play on 4G. It's
Yeah.
called having 2 brothers who would constantly download when you're trying to play an official.
Did you have unlimited data on your phone, or were you using like part of
I
your
don't even
data
remember. It
allowance?
was a long time ago.
Hmm.
But I definitely played a lot of officials on 4G, on phone data, because my net was terrible. It's doable, man. It's not that bad, honestly.
Don't they have 5G
More
now?
stable
As well?
than a lot of net.
Isn't 5G a thing? Pretty sure
Probably.
it is. Yeah, it is. It is, yeah. So it's probably even better nowadays.
Yeah, unless you're like a conspiracy theorist or something.
Well, none of those here. Unless it comes to Asian Counter-Strike conspiracy theories.
Like, what happened with Starry?
What did happen with Starry? So many questions. He went to Tyloo. They put a chip in his brain and neutered him as a player, and then sold him back to Limvision for $100,000. And now he's half the player that he used to be. Although that may not be true. We'll be watching Limvision later on today, so we'll get to see.
Yeah, they've been a bit underwhelming, to say the least. I think, look, they have a good team on paper. With how Zaka's been playing, like the fact you got Zaka and Starry, and then Westmelon, Amelia, plus Call Me Sue, like, how are they so bad at the moment? I don't understand it.
I mean, you say that, but they're also like 14-2 or something in ESL Challenger League.
They're
so
owning an ECL, yeah.
There is like it's not been great outside of ECL necessarily. 16-2. No, 18-2. I should say.
18
They're
and 2.
18-2.
Okay, I take it back.
18-2. Yeah.
We're farming some VRS points online.
They've lost
to see.
a map to Rare Atom and a map to the Hunts. And apart from that, they've won every single map. But they haven't yet played against Tyloo, which is probably the only team that you'd expect them to lose a map to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, they're going 1-1 against everyone that you'd expect them to go 1-1 against.
That's a good comment from... There you go.
We're in another O shuffle period at the moment.
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. I don't know. I think I was sort of expecting it to be a little bit of a slower change. Like after the MRQs had all played out was when I sort of expected things to be sort of shaking up. But it seems like everyone's sort of just going ahead and making those changes now. Maybe they have a bit of a better understanding of where they're sitting exactly in terms of VRS and how things are going to affect it, making those changes. But I would have thought, yeah, teams would be a little bit scared of making changes just in case things, change up on the VRS standings as a result of those changes, which would obviously prevent them from qualifying through to the MRQ. But maybe some of these teams aren't even expecting to be playing at the MRQ. That'll be the other conversation point. Because we should have a quick look again at what the rankings are right now. And as it stands, the OS MRQ will be Semperfi, FlyQuest, X-Talon, although that's X-Talon with Brace listed. But I think the core of Sterling, Hazard, and Addict will keep the points anyway. So let's just assume that team will maintain their position, and then Rooster in Oceania. And the next closest team would be Housebets, who are 723 points, 811 for Rooster. So they're pretty substantially behind. I don't know that they would catch up. So that looks pretty locked in. So for all these other teams that are not one of those top 4 teams, probably making these changes now is kind of a moot point, you know?
Yeah, I'd say so.
We're back in. 1 round to go until the next pause.
Looking forward to it. Housebets still dominating this series so far, despite the starts. This is a ballsy push from Oath. PZ copying a nice HE nade towards top middle. There's Oath jiggling out on the line. He's been pretty annoying with the way that he's taking these fights, but PZ will still trade 1 for 1. That's going to mean that Only One Word's lost a lot of control on the extremity towards long. And they're going to adjust by shifting towards the middle of the map and taking a fight towards short.
Brilliant. We'll grab his first kill of the map. CT Orping is now 8 rounds in. Need to be having a bit more impact than 1 and 5. So hopefully this will be the round things start to turn back on their heads for Only One Word. Damio will get that kill onto Freeman. So it is Viridian's responsibility now, essentially, to hold on to this A bomb site. He's been forced out by that molly, but still going to hit his shots. And Terry doing the same in CT. Pick the round up for Only One Word. So starting to put it together a little bit more so, but at least 1 more round required before they're going to break this T-side economy and have a easier time of things.
Yeah. Slowly working their way back into the game, though. Pretty ballsy push from Oath. May condition that long defaulter to have to respect a push in that part of the map at some point. Good start to the game from PZ, man. He's really been on 9 and 3, and he's just hitting that double door shot every single round. It's very promising stuff. Been a while since I saw PZ in some scary form. Vision's gone again. So Housebets is essentially 4v5 in this game.
He's DC'd again.
He's gone, yep.
Like, hello? Like, who's adminning? Can I call them and say what's going on? Is it Wanda? At Wanda. Everyone at Wanda in the chat. Is Wanda adminning tonight? Alright, I'm gonna message him on Discord.
It's time to stop. Mid to B split coming in. Banana on the line. Terry ready to offer some support. Going to be a flash in towards double doors, but the molly's already been thrown in. It's a smoke first, actually. He's burning alive on back plat there, but he still takes 2 with him. Can't believe that's gone so well for only 1 word.
What do you mean? It's 4v5. Why would it not go well?
I thought he was just dead to rights with the
wiggling.
molly, but I guess he kind of slid back. Oh, he's in.
He's back in.
He's in. It's a bit
I
crazy
mean, I guess
if Housebets lose this because they have to 4v5 because they've kind of been pumping them.
Yeah. Well, Housebets on the eco now. So I'm being told that he's apparently fixed the issue. So they're going to continue playing with it. So we'll see. We'll see.
Finally went on the phone data, mate.
Yeah, maybe. He's joined us in 2025. Great flash. Viridian will be forced to wait. Vision will have heard that. And he's going to get at least some damage onto Viridian, but no more than that.
Oh! Bloody hell, Viridian. I sent him to the Socceroos.
Blocks the smoke. Headbutt.
Beautiful
Well, that was
header.
nice from Terry.
Yes, this is online Terry, apparently.
True. Are you saying Terry is an onliner?
I mean, the numbers speak for themselves, no?
Let me just have a look at his numbers at the Deep Frag Invitational, but I don't think they were too special. Let's just... oh, Freeman was actually top 3 at the event, by the way. Third only behind Netic and ASAP. Terry went 1.0. Well, so he was alright. I mean, it's not his usual numbers, to be fair, but...
Terry needs to be like top 4 in the event if Freeman's top 3 in the event.
Right, I see.
Be right there with him.
I see what you're saying. Alright, well, we're back to the action. Housebets got themselves a bye here, so I think we should probably try and lock back in. It's a little bit hard after all of the delays have happened, but there are still a couple of important rounds left in this half, which could really dictate how the rest of this map plays out. If Housebets can pick this up, fight for that 8th, they're going to put themselves in a really, really good spot, which is what it feels like they probably deserve out of this half, even despite the fact that there's been a lot of issues going on.
Only 1 word, taking upper dark control. Oath's got a lot of work on his hands. Another beautiful flash from Housebets puts him in a bit of an awkward position. No support from his team. Isolated and picked off. Now, even more pressure onto Freeman. He's out in no man's land and he's taken out as well. It's just Terry trying to pick up the pieces from CT. He's at least got 1, but only on word. Still out of position and a man down.
Yeah, rough one for only 1 word, though. To be honest, they've kind of got the money to go for it. Like, they may as well give it a crack here, 3v4. So they can buy into the next round anyway. They'll be able to afford orbs and visions. Oh! Vision's not fixed.
Problems fixed, huh? Problems
fixed. Liar. Well, 3v3 now, as Housebets do still have, I would say, a reasonable opportunity of winning this round, though with Drox falling, PZ has a pretty big responsibility to just hold on to that ramp position. You got the player out on long, defuse coming through, bomb's not planted, 4 plat, Vision. He's not going to get there in time because he's dead. Everyone was dead, apart from Vision, but he was actually not in the server anymore.
Aye.
And that'll be the halftime break, guys. We'll see you after this. Jokes. It's only 5-6.
Got him.
Got him. You thought.
Oh, boy. Can't believe the run that only one word's had back into this game off multiple rounds of disconnect.
Yes, it's certainly not helping. I mean, that round was like obviously not a done thing, obviously not a guarantee for Housebets, but defending 4v3 on the A site post plant where you had a setup like they did was looking like a pretty good round going forward.
I mean, Vision
You don't
was
even,
like right up in that short smoke. He was kind of
yeah.
the player in the most important position.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even necessarily need him to even do anything. Just live. Like if he's just alive, that's even still a thing. But the fact that he's just non-existent is what allows only one word to sort of scale into that site, you know, maybe 5-10 seconds quicker than they otherwise would have. So unfortunate for Housebets.
Here's a question for you, Jordan.
All right, I love questions.
If you could say only one word, what would it be?
Terry! Is that an acceptable answer?
Yeah. I think it'd be weird.
Be weird.
That'd be weird, yeah.
Do you know what's funny though? Is I think Terry's pretty aware of the he's pretty aware of the meme now. Because when I saw him at defrag, he's like, "I'm Terry."
And I'm him.
Yeah, and then everyone was walking around going, "Terry,
Terry, what's up, Terry?
Unfortunately, I couldn't get a photo with Freeman and Terry. I wanted to get a photo with Freeman and Terry, but they only attended one day of the Lion because they got knocked out on day one, and then they didn't
You
come
were
for the
like,
rest
oh,
of the
for
event.
sure, we'll get a photo tomorrow, guys. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
I was like, we'll get one later, you know, like there'll be plenty of time. And then they were like, "No, we're too good for you." And I was like, "Oh, okay." See, I see how it is.
All good. Father and son photo, perhaps. Master Splinter in his Hong Kong Ninja Turtles.
I have an uncle called Terry.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Close with you?
Yeah.
But not too close.
Oh, he follows me on Twitter.
He follows me on Twitter.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably the only family member I have apart from my parents. Well, actually, my mum and my uncle are on Twitter, and I think that's it. So
Should I get a guest in here to help fill some time?
Yeah. Or we can toss to a break, whatever you prefer.
Okay. What do you want to do?
I
Should we
reckon.
do a special guest?
Who's the guest?
Modo.
Modo. Oh, Modo. Is he here?
Yeah.
Get him on the line.
All right. One sec. We'll get his expert analysis on this game. One sec.
All right. Yeah. Sweet. All right. I'm assuming he's going to get the Komodo. Oh, he's knocking on the door. I could hear it. I don't know if you can hear it on the stream, but I can hear it on Discord. Here we go. He's coming. I think he's coming. You know, this is the kind of depths that we've had to sink to keep you guys entertained on this show instead of going to a break. I hope you guys appreciate this. Here he is, the man himself, Komodo.
Hello,
international esports superstar, live from Korea, Seoul, Korea. Can you fill us in on what life's like over there living with Pilski?
Living with Pilski?
Yeah.
It's fine. We have a lot of coffee. Okay. Coffee's good.
That tracks, to be honest. He's a bit
and
of
we go. Go on.
He's one of those guys that, like, literally every time you see him, he's got a drink of some kind in his hand. Is that true?
Actually,
is that maintained?
Like he has one right now. Not even kidding.
Yep. Is it like some kind of iced coffee or something?
No, right now it's a water. There was iced coffee just before though.
Yes, of course.
So, yeah.
All right. Give me your thoughts on the state of this game.
This game, I've seen it have a couple of tech pauses already. Something like 0-4 as well.
Yeah.
A little bit earlier. But I mean, tech pauses, Oceania CS, Asia CS, they happen.
Yeah. It's happening, and it's been happening for a little while here. So I think we should probably go to a break now. It's been a little bit longer than I had hoped that it would be. Komodo, thank you for jumping in. Maybe you can cast the next round if we're back soon. I don't know when we'll be back though. Hopefully sooner rather than
Yeah.
later. So don't go too far. We'll be back right after this. Okay, welcome back on in. And the news for you guys is that Vision has been now subbed out. And looks like we've got your Wombat in as a replacement. So the issue in the end was not fixed. But hopefully this is going to be a bit more of a manageable game state now for Housebets as they'll run into this last round. Try to still salvage something out of this half. Like it could have been a whole lot better than what it is now with the 6-5 scoreline. Probably you were looking at least an 8-4 half here, I think, for Housebets, based on the way things were at least visually looking. But they can at least maybe try and get themselves a 7-5. That will be at least some kind of an advantage. Viridian, though, getting rid of your Wombat, welcoming him to the server. A Bogdad on his way forward, though, alongside the assistance of PZ. Will start to crack open the site. They still need to catch Freeman, who does a great job of getting 2, but 2's not enough to win the round. Bomb plant's now going down. Housebets have the advantage.
Yeah, Banana. All on his lonesome now as Terry gets picked off over on long. Nice little crossfire with a pit plant or a plant for Damio to play from. Flash out onto the line as Banana trying to find somebody to give him a duel or give him anything. But no one obliging, able to pick the pit player, and Drox playing from close. He's sticking it. But Drox calls that bluff, jumps on up, and that's a 7th for Housebets, who can finally get 5 in the server. And once again, I imagine we'll be going for a quick break here.
So back on into the second half. A couple of issues there in the first half. It's been a bit of an extended one, but we did get there in the end. And I think things are probably all good going forward now. Touch wood. 7-5, though, the scoreline. And Housebets, realistically, Pilski probably would have hoped for a little more. That's a nice shot from Damio onto Viridian, who, frankly, is very lucky to be alive. But with all of that said, 7-5 is still a pretty good first half score that Housebets, I think, are going to be looking to convert here with a nice pistol round. There's some util getting tossed over onto the B bomb site. Just a doors smoke. Only one word, not really making too much of a surprise that this is going to be a B hit, but Banana and Oath hitting entries for themselves will mean that Housebets are going to be left wanting for this pistol, I'd say.
Yeah, for sure. B site notoriously difficult to retake, except when you get offered donations by Freeman and Banana. That's definitely going to help your cause to be able to make this one happen. Still no kit for the CTs, and your Wombat cops a goosh, so that's going to make things much more difficult.
Yeah, but in saying that, Viridian's also down to 2 HP, so if they could clean up Oath, whom they are well aware is in that position, maybe there was a chance, or maybe there's not. It's a pistol round, of course. It will go the way of only one word, so good start to the second half. And look, they had a bit of fortune in the first half, Pilski, but don't think we can deny that they still have a lot of work to do here on this T side. If only one word are to go on to win this map, there's still quite a lot to be said for these next 6 or 7 rounds.
Yeah, Force coming in for Housebets, though. No scout for PCs, going down to the MP9. Long control secured for the CTs. Only one word working through the middle of the map and lower dark. And it creeps straight through double doors. Nice and dry here from Freeman.
Mummy, looking to get the work done. Please, Mummy. Yes, Mummy. Oh, no, Mummy. 1 for 1, though, Mummy. It's not too bad. And Housebets, even despite having a pretty decent defensive setup for that round, are not going to be able to deal with my Mummy, aka Freeman. And Bogdad will just try to save the scout.
It's the most cursed casting I've ever heard.
What am I supposed to do, man? His name's Mummy.
It's more of a mommy, though, you know?
Mommy.
The American one.
Yeah, I understand that. But
Otherwise it'd be UM, MUM.
just not going to say mommy, am I?
It's on
That's
the
an
menu.
Australian.
For dinner, mate. You said you were going to make some dinner.
Well, see, the weird thing is right now I'm doing overnight. So I actually woke up at like 3 o'clock. So my dinner, which was made by my parents, which was corned beef, aka Silverside, that was actually my breakfast, more or less. I had Wheat Bix when I woke up. Then I had the corned beef tonight at like normal dinner time before this game started. And then after this game, before the Asia game, my intention is to make some bacon and eggs, which will be technically my lunch. And then before I go to bed, and in the wee hours of the morning, I will have some cereal / yogurt, something like that. So yeah, that's the plan. It's all a bit weird, but you know, that's the life of an esports cast that lives in the wrong hemisphere.
Yeah. Just be born in a better region, bro. It's not hard.
It's true.
Anti-eco from only one word. Over towards long. Nice shot from Wombat to kick things off. So many pistoling players around this corner. Only one word were not ready for that. And they've copped it as a result. Oath is taking this big site, though. And the rest of the boys are going to go ahead and call the audible, go meet up with him. But that's going to take a lot of time.
PZ already watching the window with the scout. So a little bit of a jiggle peek here from Oath could be his undoing. Some noise being made by Damio. He's going to draw out that pick. There's a tag in nicely. So Oath down to 30 HP. Freeman on about 70. He's just going to pass forward into that B bomb site, but there's no smoke for the doors at the moment. Terry going to be tossing that one through. It's a winnable round, definitely, for Housebets, but no armor for your Wombat, no armor for Drox. These AKs need to be hitting their shots initially, and hopefully it'll be onto the low HP players. There's a 1 for 1 so far Your Wombat, though, will go down. Freeman locking it in the end. And only one word will take the lead, 8-7.
Bide's going to come through now, though, from Housebets. Kept that T-side economy honest. Once again, taking 3 rifles away from them. PZ's got the AWP out, as does Viridian. No loss bonus to fall back on here for only one word. Losing this round would be definitely a bit of a kick in the gut. Housebets, on the other hand, maxing out the loss bonus, though, so can definitely save a couple of rifles and give this gun round another crack if necessary. Full long take from the CT side. Once again, only one word. Just happy to work the middle of the map. Molly onto count, smoke to double doors. Progression, Molly. Take a little bit more control towards stairs side, and I imagine Terry gonna set up Freeman with a flash here, or no, he's so keen to just dry walk angles, Freeman. He's very unafraid right now. Does know, of course, that the CTs did take long control earlier on, so I'd imagine that's kind of informing his decision making.
Yeah, your Wombat will potentially have a bit of a handful here with Oath just chilling at the bedroom doors. Take on A is happening. PZ is now under a lot of pressure because Oath has picked up his long player, so he has to turn around and deal with that first before focusing on the site take, and unfortunately, there's another player wrapping long. That was Banana. Bomb plant is going to go down. There's definitely a world where Banana can just defend that bomb all the way from the bottom along, so really, Banana just has to ensure that he survives this round and he can win it. Damio is contesting, and round the corner will get the better of him. Nice movement out from Damio in that fight. Drox will win the fight up on the site. So, scoreline now 8-8 as Housebets do claw one back.
Double AWP picked up at the end of the round as well. And Bomb Plant going to help boost only one word's economy, but still, like I said, they're on minimum loss bonus. So both Oath and Banana down on 2.3k. I'd imagine it'll probably just be a hero rifle for free and some upgraded pistols or a little bit of util.
Maybe he's just going to drop pistols instead.
I think he's saving for Viridian's AWP, I'd imagine. It's going to be a long play from the T's. Housebets are contesting.
This is going to go too well for only one word. Nade into that smoke. Your Wombat will clean a couple up. It's nicely set up from Housebets once again. And your Wombat is farming with the MP9. He's not sure exactly where that last player is, but he almost gets himself an ace if one of those kills were not stolen away by Apoc Dud. But look, you can see the teamwork there for Housebets, right? Like, there's the nade into the smoke. At the same time, the flash comes through. And the swing, of course, from your Wombat. So even with this substitution mania that's going on with Housebets and the roster shaking up a little bit, you have the core of that roster still kind of like having that cohesion, which is quite nice to see.
Long take from only one word. Wombat has to respect it. Only has an MP9 to really be playing with. These two teams not really fighting the same parts of the map at the same timings. Only one word have mostly been working the middle of the map. This time a bit more of a centralized setup for Housebets. And Viridian very brave to be taking that line. Punished by one of the two orbs that Housebets have access to. And Housebets once again using that deep smoke on long with the flashes. Trying to punish any T's that step out of line. CG's in a great position right now. They have the majority of the map. They have double orbs. They still have a lot of util. And only one word, down a man with absolutely no grenades to work with. And as a result, they're just getting picked apart by the orbs right now.
And Damio with that secondary orb putting in a lot of work. 4v1 for Banana to try and negotiate. But that flash comes through at a pretty awkward time. Apoc Dud might have been better off just holding that line. Worst case scenario, though, they have got the information as to where Banana is going to be coming from, and Bomb still well and truly in control of Housebets, so unlikely that he's going to be able to get too much done here. Even now being smoked off. I mean, what do you do in the circumstances here apart from hopefully just wait for a kill to be gifted to you? And your Wombat's kind of looking for the 1v1.
PC being
But no
very
kill to come.
cheeky inside of, with the USP, inside of the short smoke, but yeah, they're just going to wait the timer out, let him save the AK and armor. No reason not to. So there's a 10th for Housebets, who I feel have been, for the most part, the better team in this game so far. They just had some issues with Vision disconnecting a lot.
Yep.
A couple of good rounds from only one word here and there, has to be said. Haven't been getting slapped as hard as they did in the first 6 or 7 rounds, but they have definitely been given a bit of a boon back into this game due to the connection issues.
Yeah, it doesn't seem as though they're really taking full advantage of it, though. It's 5v4 on the outset once again.
Not sure if the flash didn't hit the mark or whether PZ was just positioned cleverly. But Freeman going down very early on once again. Only one word, trying to turn this into a B split. The counter flash applying a lot of pressure though.
Only one word. They're going to just try and scale their way into the A site with the remaining pieces of util that they've got. It's going to be a counter flash out from Housebets, which will turn them away for a moment, but sooner or later, only one word have got to do something. They do have one smoke to work with, which has now been tossed. Counter smoke out from Housebets. The creep up behind as well from your Wombat. He needs to be aware of the position of that player down in middle, which is Banana, because, well, everyone else is dead. So is he. He wasn't quite on the ball with Banana's position, but at the end of the day, the round's going to be won quite comfortably by Housebets. And yeah, I mean, but for a couple of like disconnection issues, Housebets have kind of looked far and away the better team actually in this map. But just you know, it's blown out only because I would say, what, 2 or 3 rounds at least in that first half were affected by Housebets being 4v5. And then the further ramifications of those rounds being that Housebets obviously then had to take ecos when they otherwise may not have.
Yeah, pretty much. Excellent color commentary from you, Jordan. Love to see it. Here's third hit. We try to contest. It's a lot of try. But now we're to, after the long take, just going to throw that progression smoke towards elevator, perhaps. I have to wait out this defensive smoke from the CT side at least.
Ooh, bit of a chip. Oh, okay. PZ just responds in kind. Anything you can do, I can do better, he says. Smacked him through the smoke after receiving a little pinch through the smoke. But only one word. Do have at least the option of trying to walk their way up long. The only concern for me is they don't really have the util to facilitate that. It's just going to be, I suppose, the CT smoke for the cross, but you might not even get there. Apoc Dud having a look around in middle, but not spotting underneath him. So Oath will actually get a very cheeky timing up here onto short. This is going to result in a kill, no doubt. Maybe then some. Ooh, headshot onto your Wombat. Pressure is on. Molly down. Apoc Dud saves your Wombat for the moment and comes up big in this round with another kill there as well. Your Wombat now chiming in. And those pivotal, brief moments that make such a big difference on display in that round.
Yeah, Housebets looking fantastic, even with the sub in. I mean, Wombat is one of the core members of their last roster and a couple of the last couple of rosters, so not really sure who the core is meant to be or whether they do have a sub in the team or what the deal is. But this roster obviously doing well and truly whatever it is that they need to be winning this game right now. Only one word. Last chance for them, facing that point here. Aggression from Damio in towards Lower Dark, looking for that pick onto Freeman, who has been getting isolated and picked in the opening part of a lot of these rounds. And once again, it's going to be a man advantage for Housebets.
Yeah, Avoxard hanging on with not a huge amount of HP, though, is going to be something that may come into play later on in the round, but not if the orbs continue to do the damage that they have been throughout this entire half. He does drop, and Apoc doesn't care whether he's got HP or not, just ducking under any potential bullets from Terry. Knocks him over, maintains long control. Your Wombats back up to the A-bomb site now. Bomb is dropped at mid, which Housebets are not aware of at the moment, but they're pretty well aware of where Banana is. And so they're going to come rotating across to try and ensure that he is not going to get anything done. This is a good spot for Drox to be playing in as well. Quite safe. Banana's going to take a very long time to clear that, if indeed he even were to clear it. So he's going to now get those sound cues, and there's a tap in there as well through the doors from Apoc Dud. Another flash, swing. This should be the end of the map, unless Banana can do a miracle. It's not going to happen. 13-8 for Housebets in what was perhaps the longest map of Counter-Strike I have cast all year, but it's done, and it's quite comfortably the way of Housebets.
Yeah, beautiful game from them. Hoping we get to see some more from